What a couple of weeks it's been. Andy Marr, Mick Malloy, Sam Pang, Commonwealth Games fever. Got a couple of special guests, superstars of Australian sport joining us on the show tonight. Russell Mark and Raylene Boyle, if you don't mind, going to be joining us right here.
Murray.
Yes.
Could you get any more Australian-sounding names for guests? Raylene and Russell.
That's very true. That is a very, very good point. We're going to be reliving some of the great moments of the Commonwealth Games as they sort of draw to an end, but it's impossible for us, and we shouldn't do it because we're, an all-round program. We like to focus on all of the elements, the 360 degrees of sport. And there's been some stories this week that
there's been some great stories. What's the biggest for mind?
Which one?
Can I have a go?
Yes, please.
I'd have to say our own Channel 7 commentators, Ian Thorpe and Gian Rooney.
Little story.
Being, pulled over in a stolen car.
This is...
On the way to the Aquatic Centre, a car organised by Channel 7.
It's a true story.
And the cops pulled them over. I don't know why. They did a runner. And later when they looked, I believe they found Hamish McLaughlin tied up in the boot. I don't know why.
It's an extraordinary story.
I would like to get to the bottom of it, and to that end, Gian Rooney and Ian Thorpe are going to join us tonight to explain this side of the story. In fact, they're on their way to the studio now. Can we just check on their progress?
Mickey.
All right, we'll check back in with them later, but it's good to see they're making their way.
As a general rule, when your driver opens the door for you using a coat hanger, that's
generally the alarm bell should be ringing. Yeah.
No, and they did knock over a 7-Eleven on the way to the Aquatic Centre, so they had that coming. It's got me thinking, I hope this isn't the first time Channel 7 has been taken by a stolen car.
Do you think it could be?
Well, I went down and into the sports department to have a look at the car park, and I think they may have been done over. Have a look. There's Bruce McAvaney's car park, and I don't know, Bruce. What are you up to this? Hamish McLaughlin's. It's Jonah Gregson. It's not too bad, I suppose. Nathan Templeton. Steve Hooker. Hang on, Steve. What are you? The cash cow.
The cash cow's got a car.
Even the cash cow's got his own car park.
There have been some remarkable stories away from the sporting auditoriums and the tracks and the fields, of course. I know one of the events that you're particularly fond of, Sam, we're going to spend a bit of time talking about weightlifting a little bit later on tonight, but weightlifting has been front and centre again at the Commonwealth Games.
So many highlights, but I just wanted to say about the weightlifting. Weightlifting has been great, and also I learned a lot during the weightlifting. Seriously, it's not uncommon for competitors to pass out. That is because of the nature of the sport and the discipline. And it had happened here to Josh Parry from Wales. He passed out, but I thought that the commentary was spot on.
Well, he looks under pressure here. Oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
He's okay.
Whoa.
Oh, he's okay. He's okay. Well, he's not okay, clearly.
He's not okay.
That's terrifying, mate.
Is that your highlight?
What about you?
What do you got to highlight?
I like all the sports that are off the grid for the remainder of the time, and table tennis is one that's always taken my fancy. And I love this girl, 11-year-old Anna Hersey, who represented Wales. Have a look at this girl. There's her game face. Off she goes. This is extraordinary. Competing in a Commonwealth Games at the age of 11.
11?
Can you remember?
Mickey, she'll be burnt out by 12, by the way. She'll be all over by then.
That's phenomenal, isn't it? 11 years old, that's staggering.
Do you remember what you were doing when you were 11 years old?
Me? Yeah, I was in Cubs and I drew a lot of dinosaurs when I was 11.
Haven't really come a long way, have you, Andy?
What about you? What were you two doing when you were 11?
In Andy's defence, it was the Bronze Age back then. So, give him a go.
What were you doing at 11?
At 11? No, it's just in a factory making Nike shoes. It's been a journey, Mickey. It's been a journey.
It was indeed.
And I'm here now.
You are very good.
And you got something for us at 11 or not?
Shoplifting from brushes. What? Can I say this? And this is a little hint. It's a tip. If you are going to the Commonwealth Games and you want to get a gold medal in the table tennis, get there early and get the good bat. That's all. That's
a key.
That's my tip. When you're playing with your brothers, you get the good bat. You win.
Can I tell you what my highlight has been away from the Australians? There's been so many Australian highlights, but for me, I was particularly caught up by the Malawis beating the Silver Ferns, who are arch enemies of us, of course, in the netball. And this was an unbelievable performance. Powerhouse New Zealand. You're our dancing expert, Nick. Celebrate. What is going on there?
I can't recall that one, Andy. But it was Malawi, and I'll tell you, Madonna was so excited she adopted the entire team. That's what it was.
Fair effort.
You said that was a
bit of an
boil
upset.
over. I'll tell you, the
Oh.
biggest upset was Jersey beating Australia in the lawn bowls. I call this Australia's darkest day in sport whatsoever. We don't have any footage of it, but the ball was swinging a lot.
What are you saying?
I'm not suggesting they were tampering with it, but I'm just saying.
Not as big. It's not as big as Malawi. Malawi's the big.
Malawi,
Sure.
of course.
Malawi to beat the New Zealand in netball.
Unbelievable.
Malawi, the whole island has one netball. Fair effort.
There it is. Can I tell you the biggest disappointment of the games to me?
Please do.
Barobi, that stupid mascot, the worst mascot ever to. Oh, look, he finally turned up. He finally turned up, and let's just say he's dancing a bit and his pupils are dilated. I don't know where he's been, but rave on, dude.
So wide.
He missed the opening ceremony.
He wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
No,
He's been missing in action for 5 days. He finally turns up. He's worse than Karak.
Correct, the worst mascot ever.
Karak was a cockatoo. I never liked him.
You were scathing about Karak at the time. You've weighed in even further with Barobi. Speaking of the opening ceremonies, we were on last week doing our first show. It was the night before
Yeah.
the opening ceremonies. What a celebration of all things Gold Coast this was. It was really interesting, wasn't it?
It was fantastic. I thought it was very good, and I loved the
That's
Indigenous
beautiful.
aspect, and I thought it was colourful. I didn't care for that whale. That whale shat me a bit.
You didn't. What are you anti-whale for?
You know, it just needed to be harpooned at some stage.
I'm glad you liked it, Mickey, other than the whale, but because the opening ceremony, the critics, Murray, they were out in
Were they?
force.
Well, they did come in. A lot of
They were
people
out in
said.
force. They
a lot of people,
described-
a lot of people said, in particular, that it was boring.
They
A lot of people
described
said
it here.
that.
No, I got the quote, Mickey. They described it as boring and bloated. Which
Bloated?
could be the name of your autobiography. But the thing is, it wasn't everyone's cup of tea.
No, it was not,
But the
no.
Gold Coast mayor, Tom Tate, he was having none of it.
Right.
When you got the best opening ceremony that in the Commonwealth Games history, and they say it's boring, you know, I'd say, mate, have some more veggies.
Have some more veggies.
Well,
Just
why
the- yeah,
don't you?
I believe that was his campaign slogan too. That's what lifted him to power. Have some more veggies.
Why are veggies so exciting? I mean, if you've got something boring and you're going to eat veggies, why is eating veggies going to make it more exciting or less boring? Can anyone explain that to me?
I don't know what the question is. You like your veggies?
Yeah. What's
Oh,
the most
yeah, I-
exciting? Well, what's the most
Look
exciting?
at me. This is a man who really
Well, what's-
chows down on his veggies.
What's the most exciting veggie that you routinely
Oh,
get
mate,
dished
if
up?
I have to choose, it hands down turnip every time.
Turnip, right.
Turnip.
It's a turnip.
No,
Why?
I agree. No, I agree.
Where would you
no,
go?
Mate, I go with the turnip as well. I think it's the prince of all the root vegetables out there. So,
All right.
but we can move on any time you want, Mark.
The highlight, or one of the most interesting aspects of the opening ceremony was the girl whose bum was exposed inadvertently. Do you remember that? It was during the beach scene.
I've missed
And
that.
she became quite a celebrity during the week. Have a look at Whooshka.
Oh,
There we go. That's quite amazing. A bit of talent there. When I heard someone's bottom had been bared, I was just glad it wasn't Camilla.
We can all be happy about that.
She's a national treasure now, that girl. When she does it, national treasure, I do it, $5,000 fine. Every time.
That's
I mean, what
double
is
double
wrong
standard
with that?
there. That's a disgrace.
Come on, unbelievable. But by the way, did Camilla do her job? When she came out here, her job was to be part of the Com Games and get involved and vibed, and have a look at her. I'm not sure she really brought her A game to the table. Here it is, being introduced. Oh,
come on, Camilla.
flipping through the program.
Come on, Camilla.
I'm sure that's how they go to bed every night, those two.
Don't be
Oh,
like
there
that.
you go.
Yeah, mate,
No, she wasn't that
it's a long trip to be in first class for that long. That's a long trip, Mickey.
You want your Royals, if they're going to come out here, it's their games after all. They're head of our
energy.
state. I mean, if you want to
Come
give us a
on.
little bit of something on the way through, you know.
I agree.
Is that asking too much?
I don't think so.
Well, I'll tell you what the Queen did.
Who?
Was it in 1986?
No, 82 in 82 in Brisbane.
82 in
Yeah.
Brisbane. Have a look. She brought her A game. Here she is. She's watching the 1,500 metres. The English guy, there he is,
It's
out
Steve
front.
Cram.
And come on! Here goes the Queen. Hey, tell me she doesn't have some money on this. Look at it. And I the Queen. She's got a Quinella on.
She took Johnny Walker in the Quinella, there's no doubt. She doesn't mind a flutter.
She
from
did.
time to time.
I thought
Great role.
Prince Charles did a good job.
He was a
Listen,
soldier.
I'm not being anti-monarchist. He came out and we got our pound of flesh out of him. He
Oh, he
turned up
puts
and
in,
everything.
Mickey.
He pressed the flesh.
Yep.
Which must get exhausting after a while, but he did a great job. He went up to Yirrkala, he met some Indigenous people, he was there at most of the venues, he got photographed down at the beach. Great job.
You know where else he went? He went to the Bundaberg distillery.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got in a fight with the Bundy Bear, I believe.
I'm glad you bring Charles's performance up because while Camilla was missing in action, Mickey, like you said, Charles was out there doing his bit, and he also took some time to visit some turtles while
Some
he was up
turtles.
north.
There you
Have a look at
go.
this. This is beautiful there.
Of course he did.
Now, this is now have a look at me. Now, is it just me, or is the beauty of the turtles slightly offset by Prince Charles' giant red hands?
Look at that!
What's wrong with those?
What is wrong with that big, puffy...
Those
These should be poked with a fork or something.
Those turtles, I should tell you, they're giant turtles. They're real. They're from the Galapagos Island. Those turtles. They're the size of his
He's
giant
got a
red
bit of-
hands.
Got a
Did
bit
you
of
know that?
fungal activity on his big.
He doesn't look
thumbnail,
well.
I reckon, too.
Anyway,
He's not in good
that's
nick.
our hard-hitting analysis of Commonwealth Games.
It's all that handshaking and that's why the royal wave. Cool his hand down. I'm not. I think we're done.
Oh, we're done.
We're going to take a break here on the front bar. The Gold Coast edition. We're here for the Brewery
Yes.
Fresh Carlton Draft, the
Come
number one
on.
tap beer in Australia. When we come back, a man who knows what it's like to win a Commonwealth Games
Oh,
gold
yeah.
medal. Going to join us behind the bar. Russell Mark, everybody. Welcome back to the front bar Gold Coast edition. Hell of a spot there on Burleigh Heads. We got
It's
a
a good
very
spot, the Burleigh Heads Hotel.
No, it's a very good spot. We've got a special guest about to join us. But before we do, we haven't mentioned the swimming yet. It'd be remiss of us not to have a chat about
Yes,
swimming.
come on.
This has been an unbelievable performance by our swimmers in the pool. They have taken all before them. 73 medals. That's Mac Horton, who's led the team brilliantly. 73 medals. The girls have been superstars again. 73 medals in the pool. I'll say it again. 73 medals. 28 gold, 21 silver, 24 bronze. It has been... Mitch Larkins won 5 himself. It's been a staggering performance.
That's just
by-
hogging it, Mitch.
There is.
Come on, spread them around. It was a great performance. How many gold in the pool?
Well, I told you it's before 28. We've won 73 medals in total. There you go.
I wouldn't have believed that we'd won 73 medals if you hadn't told me 4
It's an extraordinary number. There's no doubt.
We could have had an extra gold, except Ariane Titmus, a young girl, 17, formerly from Tasmania.
You're not having a go at her, are you?
Oh, well, she probably let herself and her family
Oh,
down.
this is...
Well, have a look
Three?
at this. She gets a silver in this, but watch her dad. I mean, this is beautiful footage. Watch her dad rooting for her as she comes home in this race. Have a look.
Rocket is in front. Ruck goes to the front. McKeon back in third. Titmus lifting. Titmus goes hard. Hits the wall. Just misses. Just misses. The 2 17-year-olds.
That's great vision.
Again, I reckon he may have had some money on that. But isn't that fantastic?
No, it's brilliant.
To see this, it makes me think if I'd have had any support from my mum and dad, I could have been anything.
No, you love seeing that sort of
Big
stuff.
high, Mum.
Yeah, big high. You
Come on.
had better.
I thought that was
than me.
great.
No, fantastic.
My family, in terms of support from my father, we actually often wished that he had gone out for cigarettes. But other than that, we had a good family relationship.
I'm sure he's at home listening, or he's listening somewhere. What about your dad? We had your dad in the
he's been-
other day. He watched our show last week, and in exactly the same way, was cheering you on during
it
one
was
of our
beautiful.
segments. Oh, it was
Great
classic
man.
footage. Have a look.
Great man. We've had gold medalists in the past.
Oh, Andy, now's your big chance, mate. A nice long question. All you've got to do is stretch it out, keep it going just the way I taught you. Oh, Andy, you could have gone longer on that.
It's great. I hate it. I'm going to say I hate it when he wears my cardigans. I really, really hate
He does. He should have handed them down years ago. Can I say to this is the one part of the pool I'll never understand as long as I'm alive, is the poolside interview. It's the most inappropriate interview ever. You've got an elite athlete who is so exhausted his lungs are virtually coming out of his ears, and that's the point at which you throw a microphone and ask for their thoughts. I'll give you one example.
A 3.5 second PB, the best celebration we've seen of these Commonwealth Games. Just incredible stuff.
Yeah. It was pretty good. I'm pretty stoked.
We're going to give you a minute to just get yourself together, OK? Well done, mate. Absolutely sensational.
Oh, dearie mate. Dearie mate.
That's how Parkinson should have done his interview show. Is that? Can you think of anything a more ludicrous interview in sport than the poolside?
A bigger waste of time than that interview. I don't know, anyone involving Koshi. They don't do it for me. But just before we...
Terrible.
That'll get back.
It will.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
Thank you. As if, just before we move on to our guest, by the way, I just wanted to pay tribute to the commentary. The commentary has been great from
No doubt about that.
Channel 7.
No doubt
In
about
particular, I just wanted to pay tribute to the pairing, because I had my doubts about the pairing of Basil Zemplis and Ian Thorpe.
It's all about chemistry.
But I wasn't alone. No. Well, maybe I was alone, but they have smashed it in their commentary, the pool, and I thought there'd be some chemistry issues, but have a listen to this. They are spot on.
Final heat in the men's 100 freestyle. What a sight this is for Australian swimming. Chalmers in lane 5, Thorpe in lane 6. Jack Thorpe of Scotland alongside Kyle Chalmers. Did you look down and have to do a double take?
No, not really.
Magic, Mickey. It's like two tennis players just flicking it back across the court. No, that was great. I love that.
No, it's humming.
You enjoy that, Mickey?
No, not really. No. Hey.
Our first guest is here.
Yeah, let's do it.
He knows all about winning gold medals at Commonwealth Games and Olympic Games, one of our very finest shooters of all time. Please make him welcome. Russell Mark, everybody. It's a joy to have you on the show as we near the end of the 2018 Commonwealth Games. I've got to say, you're looking remarkably fit.
Yeah, I've dropped a few kilos over the last 6 months, probably carrying a little bit too much. Yeah. Probably a little bit too much of that. But, yeah, I'm sort of getting back, not making a comeback or anything like that. I'm happy to be a commentator up at the Games at the moment. That's a far easier job.
Can I ask, are you carrying a piece? Are you still shooting, mate?
Oh, just socially, Mick, these days, mate. I live in Werribee. I mean, everyone shoots in Werribee. So,
What's your favourite gun? If you had to pick one gun that you can only shoot for the rest of your life, which
I'm a Beretta man, mate.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only gun I ever used. My whole life was only with Berettas. So.
Can we talk about the medals here at the Games? Were you impressed? We've got 2 gold in the shooting?
Yeah. Daniel Repiccioli yesterday, just fantastic, and Dane Sampson. Mind you, Dane's only shooting at 10 metres, not that hard.
Can I say? No, here, Russell has a point. At 10 metres, I think all you should win is a fluffy toy.
Yeah. I mean, he's not really serious.
At 10 metres,
I've never missed a 10 metres yet.
What is this?
But this guy, he's the real deal. Daniel Repiccioli, he's 2 metres and 2 centimetres. He's the world's biggest pistol shooter, and to win yesterday, have a look at him.
How fast? What's that event? How far?
50-metre free pistol, 22 calibre pistol. He's shooting a 5-cent coin at 50 metres.
Yeah.
That's what he's shooting.
Can I say this? I think Australians would win a lot more medals if the targets we were shooting at were road signs. Go for a drive in the country, people. We never miss. We never miss.
You know, in the shooting, when you win a gold medal, of which you've won many, do they, when they hand it to you, I reckon they should have to you throw it up in the air. And then be a bit of theatre, be a nice way to do it.
How do I answer?
No, you don't have to.
I can only end up in trouble answering.
Does it go with?
Do you think you should update them at all? Do you think? I mean, should there be something for the sawn-off? Is there something?
Or the drive-by? Maybe the drive-by.
Maybe the drive-by. I mean, that would be good. Well, something. I just want to see balaclavas on the podium. Is that too much?
Russell, don't go anywhere. We're going to cross back to you throughout the show. Russell Mark, our very special guest.
Yes.
As we said before, Sam, you are a massive fan of the weightlifting, and one of the most impressive gold medals that's been won by an Australian at the Commonwealth Games of the Gold Coast is by Tia Claire Coombe.
Wow.
You won the 58. Now, she lifted 114 kgs to win.
That, Mickey.
She's also the
That's impressive.
She's also the CrossFit Games champion of the world right now. Some people say that she is the fittest female athlete on the planet. What an absolutely remarkable performance by Tia Claire Coombe.
Yeah, well
that's
done.
unbelievable. Outstanding performance.
You love the weightlifting.
I do
don't you?
love the
You've had
weightlifting. I do
chance-
love.
Are you good at it? Are you any good at lifting heavy weights?
Stop helping me, all right? Preparation, I have watched more weightlifting than you two gentlemen, and I tell you, the preparation is all important when it comes to weightlifting.
Yes,
and there's so many different ways that you can do it. If we have a look at some of these here, they get ready. There's some smelling salts, they can work. Then there's some good old-fashioned, you know, from the coach support. And then this one, that one, I've got some concerns about that one, I've got to be honest. In terms of preparation, though, 4 years to get ready for this big event.
It's
right?
massive build-up.
I would argue that the last thing you'd want to be is rushed.
That's a good point.
You've got plenty of time to get there. Now, unlike this Ugandan weightlifter, Hakeem... Actually, let's just stick with Hakeem. 23 seconds, if you notice.
Clock ticking.
Yeah, you go, mate. Hey, Hakeem, get moving, mate. You are...
What the hell?
Yeah,
you're on, mate.
You're on. Now, I can't imagine this is the ideal preparation, Mickey, but let's just see how it goes.
This is not how it's supposed to be.
Sometimes at least he's going to be fresh and high energy and... I know that this is a very sympathetic audience and I might be, you know, out of line here, but mate, serves you right.
Can I say this? It wasn't evident then, but this is a high-octane sport and it crackles with excitement. And weightlifting. And when a weightlifter pulls off something special, like this guy from PNG, you can expect to see some fireworks in the celebration. Have a look at this guy go off like a firecracker, bangs his own chest, does a lap as the plane, and watch this. There's a bit of audience participation you wouldn't be expecting. Belt off, and what the hell?
What? No!
And bang! And away he goes. And can I point out that guy came 12th? No, the excitement was palpable. Everyone in that room will never forget being there at that moment, apart from maybe, well, this person. Have a look. There it goes in.
I'd love to be.
And wow, jeez.
Camilla.
Mind you, she is between Malcolm Turnbull and Prince Charles.
Hey, can I draw your attention to our very own Francois Rotundi, who these guys are powerhouses. They are brave beyond belief. And this guy in the 77 kg class lifted 305 kilograms to win a bronze medal for Australia with a bung shoulder the whole way. He went in with a bad shoulder and put that all to one side and lifted his heart out for this nation of ours to get a bronze medal. That's a fantastic performance.
Look, he's on the go. Oh,
Right,
What's going on here?
Now, it's got to get pretty bleak to bring out the screen, I would have thought.
Gee whiz.
And that's to protect him and what's going on.
Behind the screen.
As they...
A little bit of, you know, it's been nice and discreet, which is required. I'll tell you what, though, fair effort to win bronze from Francois, and the medal presentation was very touching, of course. He received his medal, and then just a nice little tap on the shoulder.
He would have preferred a kick in the balls, I reckon. At that point.
Got the screen out again, Mickey.
Possibly.
Well done, Francois.
I don't think you should be having a laugh at Francois' expense. Well, because he had to shoulder a very heavy load for Australia into these Commonwealth Games.
Ooh.
I might just take a moment to have a look at what's on our screens at the moment. You're watching the front bar. It's time now for Fresh from the Archives. Here we go. Enjoy this.
have we
As
got
per
here?
usual.
Tell you
What do you got for us?
Quiet.
Staying with weightlifting, and last week on the show we had the great Robert Cabas.
Oh, legend.
Magnificent feedback.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
great to
yeah.
meet him, and of course many medals in the Commonwealth Games.
Brought back some great memories.
Some great memories. Now I wish we had this footage last week, but we only found it this week.
We rummaged in the archives this week.
We've looked at the build-up to a lift and how fascinating and how mesmerising it can be. Have a look at Robert here, I think in 1982.
Yeah.
Just enjoy this, everyone.
That's concentration.
It's important.
In the zone.
It's I think it's mesmerising, genuinely, for these athletes to get ready.
Feel the enormity.
He's so hairy.
Here we go.
Come on, Rob. That's
That's weightlifting.
That's weightlifting. That's right.
Wow.
That lift was much like this show. A big build-up with no reward at the end.
Russell, is that how you prepare for a shot?
It's a lot of snatch, 82.5 kilograms. No, seriously, I couldn't believe he dropped it after all that. But
No.
he was a legend, wasn't he?
Well, he was one of the all-time
Just
greats.
Great bloke. Great to see him on your show last week.
Don't get Sam started. He's a bit of a stalker with the Cabas house.
Russ, stay right there. We're going to get a break out of the way here on the Front Bar Gold Coast edition. When we come back, one of the absolute powerhouse legends of Australian sport to join us right here, Raylene Boyle. Up next, folks.
All right, we're about to run the 400 with Shawnee here. How are you, Sean?
Good, buddy.
Now, how are you? 2 gold medals and a silver for Australia at the Com Games. What happened with the silver? Did you choke? What happened?
I actually got out-pipped by a Kenyan by about that much.
It was Kenyan.
Kenyan, was it?
It was a Kenyan.
Because if it was a Russian, you wouldn't give up on that guy.
No.
You get it. You never know, by the way.
8 years later or something.
8 years later. When did you retire?
I retired 2014.
2014. Wow, you've really let yourself go.
And by the way, this is what you've got to look forward to. I'll get you one day. All right, when I say we're going to run the 400, you're going to run the 400, you're going off 300, you're going off 250, I'm going off 200. I will be waiting at the end to cheer you on. Let's go.
Just about set for the front bar 400. Sean Rowe, gold medalist over the 4x400, silver over the individual distance, and they're away. Mick Molloy's got a 200-metre head start here. The distance is a real worry. In fact, I can't see him actually making it to the finish line. Pang's got a 250-metre head start. He's speedy over the first 20 metres. And then the Marcelin Marvel. He was the mascot for their athletics team throughout his high school days. Never good enough to make the team, but he was the mascot. Rowe moving so smoothly, about to pick up Mar with 150 metres to go. Molloy moving like a glacier. Pang's gone down. Pang's gone down. Calls for help. What sportsmanship this is. Shades of Landy and Clark. Molloy says, bugger that. Here comes Rowe. I'm off. Look at him move, Mick Molloy. No response, though, as Rowe goes straight past him, gives him windburn, and he will take this out. Mar has moved fantastically. He's in second, and Pang charging home. What a Lazarus he is. He gets up for third. And Molloy, it's a miracle. He's made the distance.
Hey. Back here. Welcome back to the show. We need to apologise. Raylene Boyle joins us, one of the greatest track and field or track athletes Australia's ever produced. We can only apologise for making you bear witness.
Raylene Boyle, ladies and gentlemen, come on.
Sorry about that.
There were things that the field was used useful for.
When we filmed
on
that,
your knees
when we filmed that,
after
we
a bad race.
had no idea we'd be sitting next to you watching it.
I was impressed.
You were impressed?
You gave it a go.
Did you like my technique?
I could see the Landy thing happening again.
Yeah,
Landy
it was.
Clark went back to help your mate.
I did.
Sacrificing.
I did.
Crossing the line first.
Will there be a statue for me out the front of the Institute
I
of
don't
Sport,
think
so. Great to see you.
Raylene,
Great to have you
the
on
most decorated Commonwealth Games athlete in Australian athletic history. Can I go back to 1970 with you, when this slip of a lass wins her first gold medal at a major meet? When we play that vision to you, is that memory vivid as we sit here now all these years later? 1970.
No, can you relate that to me?
Well, I can. I mean, I know who you are, so I can sort of half remember 70. I can remember the years later, which we'll talk about a bit later.
It was part of the building blocks. I mean, a career is an interesting thing. You learn a lot by each step, and that was step 2.
Did you go there expecting to win that gold medal?
Of course.
Yeah. Perfect.
I didn't run to come second.
Ever.
But I was a nice person if I came second. No, you don't. You don't put the hard yards in, and you don't do all the work, and you don't get all of the pennies in line to come second.
Yep.
Raylene, can I ask you about training? What did you?
I remember it.
You remember training? Because I can't imagine. Mate, training, in general for us, but for these events that are very, very hard. What was your? Do you have a method of training? Were you a hard trainer or like to be fresh?
I was given the hard yards, and I took them. I mean, I went from Mexico, where I trained 3 times a week for 3/4 of an hour for 3 months before the Games and did okay, to training 7.5 hours a day for 18 months leading up to Montreal. And, I won a silver medal in Mexico and I won nothing in Montreal. so you got to get balance in your life. Obviously, amazing. I was doing something wrong trying to train hard.
Three 45-minute sessions for 3 months in the lead up to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem enough, by the way.
So let's roll forward from 1970 when you win the 100 at Edinburgh to 1982 Brisbane when you win the 400 gold. Now, we just run
the famous race.
You said you hated this, didn't you? You said you hated the 400.
With an absolute passion, I hated this event.
So why
it hurts like buggery.
So why did you go from one of the world's elite 100, 200 sprinters to, a decade later, finishing your career, which, later came to pass that this would be your last major meet, running the 400? Why did you do that to yourself?
My body had tapped me on the shoulder and said, Raylene, you're too bloody old to run the sprints.
Yeah, right, yeah.
You need to move forward and learn how to run a 400 or get out.
That happened to me at age 12. That really did. I had got the tap on the shoulder. Are you watching this, Russell? Did you see that, Russell? That's how you win a gold medal. You sprint around for 400 metres, not stand there with some earmuffs on, getting a couple of shots.
Every morning I woke up thanking God I was born a shooter and not a runner. Every morning.
Maybe you could do the starting pistol next time and watch them go around, Russell.
Only if you aim at the right part. The sky.
You've got no idea how many golf days I've done the shotgun starting. Paid well for that, so I'm in awe of what you did.
So, Raylene, 82 again. It did become your last major competitive meet. Can you remember this? The adulation you received. I mean, you were such a giant of Australian sport. You win the 400.
Everyone remembers where they were.
Actually, go backwards. Did you see the guy with his bare ass basically looking at me?
I didn't, and I wasn't going to go back, but you've got me. Where?
Hang on, where?
Hang on, just watch. I'll go to the crowd close up. See him there?
Is that what you're doing that for?
Celebrating with me.
I think that was Prince Charles.
Was that a particularly lovely moment for you?
But everyone remembers where they were. It's one of those rare moments in Australian sport where people do they still come up and tell you? This is where I was when I saw you doing that.
Where were you, Andy?
School. I remember we were in HSC at school and we were stopping. Sport was pretty important at our school. We were stopping classes with TVs in there, watching all of the major events as they were taking place.
Yeah, people still tell me running to the Myers window. Remember when we didn't have computers and all that stuff?
Yes.
People would go to work and things would stop at a certain time, and that was 2:40 on the 4th of October 1982. They put their pencils down and they ran to the Myers window. It's the only date I remember.
Great stuff.
I can't remember when I was born, but I remember.
And that was a wonderful lap of honour to see you do that and get the applause of a nation. He's the second best lap of honour I've ever seen. I think the best has to go to Alan Pascoe, who, as we know, has just won the 400-metre hurdles. And you may as well do another lap. The good thing is he learned from his mistakes and didn't try it again, because that would have ended in...
He won the gold medal in hurtles.
He did.
Isn't that amazing?
And he's a smart man. He looked like a DH there.
Yes, he did.
He's a smart man, Raylene. He's keeping it very well hidden. I wanted to talk to you too more about training, also the motivation and things that you did, movies and music, because in 1982 you took us through what was going through your mind during that race.
I said to myself, you just got to be cool, baby, and you can win this. I was very hungry. I got to about 150 metres and I thought to myself, are you as hungry as Rocky was in Rocky 3? And I was.
Still hungry,
Raylene?
but I'm eating far too much at the same time.
Raylene, I can't believe we're going to do this, but we're going to dig down deep about Rocky 3. So Rocky 3 was your one, was it?
I was warned about this. Rocky 3, I liked all the Rockies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even 5?
Was there a 5?
I wish there wasn't, by the way. But
I like the Eye of a Tiger stuff.
Eye of the Tiger.
Was that 2?
The
I think
movie.
it was 2.
It wasn't 2.
I was a Dolph Lundgren man myself. I thought the Russians was the best.
Yeah, I thought he was probably a drug taker. Big jaw, you know.
Well, that's a massive generalisation. That's a big generalisation, Raylene, and but probably true. Let's be honest. The thing is, I want to say, Mick's just made a common mistake. Common mistake. Eye of the Tiger is in Rocky 3. It's not in Rocky 2. In Rocky 3, he's lost the Eye of the Tiger. He gets Apollo to train him. That's where the song plays, and that's when he comes back and he beats Clubber Lang.
Well, there you go.
I didn't realise we had a Rocky historian on deck tonight.
I'm very excited to know that. I can't remember all the words to the song anymore.
Are you still have a keen interest on what's happening in track in Australia?
Yeah, I've been watching what's going on. We've done a great job. Track and field is a really hard sport to be successful in. We've done some great jobs.
The com games are important, aren't they?
Can I ask you about this young lass, Riley? There's something that's in the 200. She just missed out on making the final. Pretty strong field with the with some really hot calibre runners around. She just missed out. There's something to like about her, I reckon.
Yeah,
she doesn't give
got a
up.
lot of stuff going for her, but I haven't seen that race before. But looking at that, she didn't have a lift.
She didn't what?
She didn't get any up and going stuff when she was needing to dig deep.
When we did our 400, did you see any lift from any of us? Like, he had a bit of up and
Thank you.
I did, and it wasn't when you were lifting Sam off the ground. Was it Sam you were lifting off the ground?
No, it wasn't me. No, it was Sam.
Raylene?
I like Riley Day.
Yeah.
Let's go back to her.
Yeah.
We've got to stop writing about her and talking about her. We've got to let her just go. She's 18.
What a great...
Just don't be her Achilles heel. Just let her do it.
One athlete that we can talk about, though, is Jemima Montag, who won a gold in the
walking.
As long as it's all right with you, Raylene, can we talk?
One of my favourite events.
She won gold in the 20-kilometre walk.
Yeah, outstanding.
And
that's because she couldn't sprint.
What's that?
Doing the 20k walk.
Wow.
The gloves are off here tonight, aren't they?
I thought that was what happened in here.
That's a fair
No,
call.
that's fair. No,
it's good to know, Raylene. It's good to get on the record. You hate walkers.
Did I say that?
No, congratulations to Jemima, by the way. But also the star of the Channel 7 commentary team for me has been Dave Colbert, and he captured the moment of Jemima Montag's win beautifully.
And what a moment this is for this young athlete. Well, it's a bit of a change of an old lyric, but my, Jemima, walk this way. You are the Commonwealth Games champion.
Well done, Jemima, and well done to Dave Colbert, who's carved out his own patch in the sporting commentary landscape. He takes magical moments in Australian sport and he ruins them.
You like him, I know you do.
Well done, Dave.
Hey, we can take some responsibility for that gold medal.
Yes, we
because
can.
her last hit out, Raylene, you will not believe this, but was against us in a walking sprint over 100 metres.
It's true.
A walking sprint.
Yeah. That's Jemima. You can pick her on the left.
You are so serious.
Yeah, you can pick Jemima, the one who broke at the start, by the way.
As you can see, we're reeling her in at this point. Look at that.
Sam.
What, Raylene?
You're going to fall over if you keep
The camera can't keep up.
still worried about his lycra.
Raylene, in my defence, and it's a lesson for everyone out there, if you miss the start in the 100-metre walk, you're gone. You're gone. You can't get back.
Couldn't agree more,
You look
really.
like you got a snack pack up your ass. You got a very unusual style about you, the way you sort of half crabbed over it.
Well, thanks for the critique, Andy. I'll take
Very
that on
unusual.
board.
Very
See you on
unusual.
the track.
Right.
It's getting pretty loose here. Have that screen ready, all right?
Hey, congratulations. You're one of the few people we know who have big enough in sport to have a wine named after you and in your honour. Is that
Although
right?
we're not allowed, we're not allowed to talk about
Why not?
drinking.
Oh, no, we can. We're responsible. I think that ship sailed. I'm no Einstein. I think we're all right. No, was it Peter Landy?
Yes,
it was.
In
Yes, it
1982, Raylene, you're a national treasure, and for good reason. But you're one of the very few athletes who's had a limited release of wine named after them. As
Nice
Peter,
drop.
Yeah, it's a beautiful drop. As Peter Landy presented at the time.
The wine is a 1970 McWilliams Mount Pleasant Old Paddock Hermitage, the entire stock of which will carry Raylene's name.
And the summing up of an appreciative reporter. It's got a great taste, and rather appropriately for a Raylene well-read, it really does have a great body.
Very nice indeed.
I think he may have had a couple before he popped that jacket on.
Raylene, when you look back at your career for all of the great achievements that you worked so hard to achieve, do you feel unlucky? Do you feel like the sport didn't give you everything you deserved? There were the two moments that I referred to. Obviously, 72 with Renata Stecker, which people my age can remember vividly, as if it was yesterday. But also 4 years later in Montreal, when you were dudded on the starting blocks, when the film clearly shows that you didn't break, but they got you for breaking twice and DQ'd you in that race. If you could have a word to that starter from 1976, what would you say to him?
I'd be doing something like someone mentioned it before I came on about kicking them in the ghoulies.
Obviously, it's...
That was very disappointing.
It is very disappointing. You've been robbed.
Did you know that you didn't break? Did you?
I did. Yeah. That's why I came off the second time, because I was going to argue with him.
Right.
And because I just rolled off the mark the second time. And, of course, now they only get one start.
Yeah, that's right.
They're out the minute they break. But,
What's the
back then
story
it was
with
different.
what is it?
Renata Stecker.
Yeah, what happened there?
She was a great bloke. She...
You have an interesting relationship with drugs in sport. Obviously, you've been on the receiving end, but not always. You have an ambivalent attitude towards it.
What about the drug situation? Is it rife at international level? Did people try and get you to take them?
Yes, I've been offered them. I've always refused them. As it says in the book, I had a little go at marijuana once, but then who hasn't it?
No, I've never taken drugs, but I did have a little go at marijuana.
Raylene.
I had a puff and vomited for days.
Are you high right now?
Did you say for hire?
I'll tell you who believes. Well, it comes from the same school as you, and it comes to maybe taking a little bit of marijuana. It's Matilda. I mean, have a look. You be your own judge here. I'm not sure, but there's your flying kangaroo, people, as far as I'm concerned.
Raylene.
Never seen that footage.
No, you probably only need to see it once. Thanks for coming on. You are a national treasure. You really are. You've done so much great work in the recent years of breast cancer awareness, and the work you've been doing there is far more important than anything you did on the athletics track. But that's where you made your mark, and you are a giant of Australian sport. You've made so many of us so happy on the way
I think
through.
being diagnosed with a cancer really puts your whole life in the right perspective, because you realise that getting out there and thinking that getting over a vault or running 100 metres fast is the most important thing, and you just can't live if it doesn't work right. You live.
You do.
You get on with your life and you move forward.
Indeed.
When you're diagnosed with cancer, you might be here one day and go on the next, which will happen to us all one day. But when you're 44, as I was, you don't think about it that much.
It could be even worse, Raylene. You could be a walker.
Thank you, Raylene.
Raylene Boyle, our very, very special guest. Russell Mark's going to stick around. Mixed Mouldy in the last shout, not too far away. show. Russell Marks over at the bar. Russ, Olympic Games gold medalist in Atlanta. You win the gold medal at the Com Games in Melbourne. When we roll a vision for you, how special was it to win a gold medal in your hometown? Was that particularly special?
Oh, look, it was, because that was Craig Trimbath. He actually was the guy to win the gold medal for me. He had to shoot, I think, 46 or 47 in the last round to take home the gold medal for us as a pair, and one of the great rounds I've ever seen. So I owed him a lot that day. But my wife had won two Commonwealth Games gold medals at that time and went on to win a third one. And it was a touchy subject in my house because I'd never won a Commonwealth Games gold medal. So, you know, I kept saying, well, you know, I've won the Olympics, but she kept bringing out these 3 Commonwealth Games gold medals. So that was the only one I ever won.
And she's here tonight, by the way, Lauren Mark, over there. Big round of applause.
But
I'm just saying, mate, that would be a bad house for a home invasion. It really would. I just think you would...
You eat whatever you're given in my house. But it's good to win one on your home ground like all the athletes up in Brisbane at the moment. It is special to win it.
Do you reckon on the dice, if you win the gold for shooting, you should be allowed to let a couple off?
No, they'd frown upon that a bit. It was funny, I was walking into the venue yesterday and I had a little glass jar of Tiger Balm in my knapsack, and they took it off me and they said there's no glass allowed in the venue. And I'm looking around, everyone's bringing in a 12-gauge shotgun, a 308 rifle, so you can bring rifles and guns in here, but you can't bring a little jar of Tiger Balm.
Russell, what's the village like, mate? What was your experience?
I've got my wife behind me. I've got to be very careful. Nah, look, it's one of the most testosterone-filled places you'll ever be in on the last couple of nights there. It's a sort of a crazy atmosphere. But look, at the moment up there, everyone's starting to wind down.
They're starting to party.
The difference is now everyone has a phone. Everything you do is recorded. Yeah. And that's sort of dangerous, I think, for a lot of people. You know,
let's be honest, it just sounds like one big orgy.
I was sort of going down that
path.
But
you don't have to say it, but I would train for 4 years just to get in that village.
Once they see footage of our 400 metres, I'm sure they'll be putty in our hands. What age were you when you retired?
I was 50.
You were 50.
Exactly.
You are soft, and you are.
What are you doing?
What's his name? Is it George Robert Pitcairn?
Yeah, Robert Pitcairn from Canada.
He's 79 years old, and he is still out there doing it. He, at one stage, he did ask them to attach a bayonet to his gun.
But he couldn't get up.
79.
79, is that too? Is he?
Bob brings his own defibrillator. I mean, people do that. In his event, he's a full-bore rifle shooter. He's 79 years old. There's a massive advantage in his event to pull the trigger in between heartbeats because it doesn't put the barrel. In between your heartbeats when you're 79, it's about half an hour. It's really easy. I mean, you know, when I'm competitive, it was about 130 beats a minute, so you didn't have much time. But
well, he was beaten by a guy who had a stroke, so I suppose that's how it goes.
I don't think, by the way, I just want to, on the record, I don't think as a general rule that it's great for athletes to compete while they're having flashbacks of Gallipoli. That's what
Can I ask you this?
It's just like your turkey got involved in the conversation. Yes, me.
Well, yeah, okay. I wanted to ask you about your time in Brunei because you famously were asked to teach the Prince of Brunei, the Sultan's brother, how to shoot, and I think they expected you to teach him how to win a medal at the...
Yeah, look, it was one of the most amazing experiences. Just after Atlanta, I got a phone call. Well, I was a real estate valuer at the time. I was actually still working as a real estate valuer.
You would have needed your gun then.
And a guy offered me a gig over in Brunei. And, you know, at the time, the royal family of Brunei were the world's richest people. And he wanted to learn how to shoot clay targets. So I've flown over, and within half an hour of getting to Brunei, I was on the Royal Shooting Range, which was the best shooting range on earth by far. It was the best range available to shoot on. And half an hour of watching the Prince, I made myself pretty much known to the guy that got me over there. He's come over and introduced himself, and I've just said to him, you know, what do you expect me to do with the Prince for the next 7 days? And he said it'd be just great if he could win a medal at the Commonwealth Games coming up. And, you know, I've looked at them like they're from Mars, and I've said, look, forget the Commonwealth Games, he won't make the team. And this guy's looked me in the eye and says, Russell, I'll tell you this once. He said, he'll make the team. He's the chairman of selectors and he's picking himself. And sure enough, he did.
Did you tell me once that they had the bullets on a pillow, like on a push pillow, and he had to take them off? And
he has an entourage of probably 50 people. At the moment he unloads his gun, people take the shells out and they towel him down and do everything. But it's funny, every time he missed, everyone would just be silent. And there was a lot of silence. He was only hitting about 5%. But every time he'd hit a target, everyone would cheer and clap like he just won the Olympic Games.
Fantastic stuff.
Amazing place. But luckily he's given it up because none of us felt safe at any time.
Good to hear. Hey, we talked about the village and what goes on in the village, but I'll tell you what, there's been a bit of romance in the stands at the Com Games as well, all thanks to Kiss Cam. So Kiss Cam has been out and about when there's a lull in proceedings. Have a look. Everyone goes mad, enjoys it. Have a look at these two. This is gorgeous. A little peck. That's lovely. The crowd go mad. And again, this couple here, as they come up, you just go, isn't it sweet? Oh, a peck. There you go. Oh, hang on. Oh, hey. Come on. That's why they're wearing the ponchos. It's not raining at all. Oh, no. Oh, thank God that wasn't Camilla and Prince Charles. That would have been the worst.
You know, can I just a change of pace, if you don't mind?
Sure. No, go ahead.
You know, one of my favourite actors is Jason Statham.
What?
You know Jason Statham?
Yeah.
You know, the action man.
Yes, he's
from
Hard Man.
Like the Hard Man from the Expendables. You know this guy, Jason Statham.
Yeah, powerhouse.
He's just mate. He's just. I love his acting. I love his movies. I love them all. He can do no wrong for me.
Why are you bringing him up? It's a very odd sort of to launch into.
You may not know this, Andy, that Jason Statham actually represented England at the Commonwealth Games.
What? Are you serious?
I'm not kidding you.
Wrestling?
No, he's a hard man. He's an action man.
Boxing.
No, not boxing.
So some kind of shot putty or a javelin? Eh?
Diving.
What?
Diving. Have a look at Jason Statham here. Diving for England in, I think,
1990 in Auckland, I think this was.
Have a look at him. Mark, Russell, any acting opportunities for you?
Mate, you've surprised me. I didn't even know that. I'm amazed.
I've got to do something here, mate.
You're not just a pretty face.
That's a big transition, by the way, diving to Hollywood Hard Man.
All the success you had, you were never offered a plum role in a TV series or anything? No?
Really?
Obviously, I had a head for radio. That was it.
That's right.
Well, that's insulting.
Yeah.
For all three of us, actually. Now, listen.
Your wife Lauren should have gone into acting because she's. I see her now. She's acting like she's having a good time today.
She's not the only one, Jason Statham. Well, our own Joanna Griggs, have a look, who was a queen of the pool, who won so many medals and distinguished herself in the pool. Also tried a little bit of acting and acquitted herself beautifully, and actually a high degree of difficulty played someone with a foreign accent. It's like watching Meryl Streep here. Have a look at Joanna Griggs on Home and Away.
Sorry, I've forgotten your name. Inga. I come from Sweden. Yeah, I remember that part. So, how long have you been in Australia for?
2 weeks. I want to stay here forever. I hope to meet an Australian man and get married.
Oh, well, I don't think you'll have any trouble on that one. That's my stepson, Sam.
And this?
Oh, that's my husband, Greg.
Your husband is a handsome man.
Yeah, I think so.
Very handsome. Sexy, too.
I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't mind a holiday in Sweden sometime soon. That's very good acting, wasn't it?
Like something off World Movies.
Yeah, we'll say that. That was Joanna's last acting gig. It's
good on her.
Well done.
For having a
Did you rate, Russ, just before we let you go, did you rate Joanna's performance?
She'd be so happy you brought this up.
Hey, mate, thank you for coming in.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're unbelievable.
Pleasure.
And you've been a great servant of Australian sport.
Thank you.
Beautiful wife.
Russell Mark and the Mark clan joining us here on the show. Great to have him in here. Gold medalist us from 2006. Thanks so much for being part of the show, Russ. Got to get a break out of the way here on the front bar. Mixed multi to come up next.
Shot put circle here at Lakeside Stadium is the venue for the front bar shot put final. 4 competitors in the lineup, and they'll be headed by this man, the Colossus of Corio, Damien Birkenhead, the Australian record holder at a massive 21.35 metres, and he sets sail with the orb, and he puts it out there, and that will be very, very hard to beat. Have a look at the technique from the big boy. Lets it go, and he liked it. Didn't even need to take the tracksuit off. Well, here's Mick Molloy, has prepared assiduously at the buffet, where he has been eating for months in preparation for this, and that throw, maybe a foul, stepped on the top of the board. He usually has dim sims this big in his hands, and certainly not throwing them, normally just inhaling them. Gee, have a look at the look on the face of Molloy. That is actually not a bad throw, 8 metres 10. Here's Sam Pang, needs to beat 20 metres, has 0 chance. But this should be right up his alley because his head is as round as this shot put. And that was a little bit weak from Pang, who's celebrating. I think he's celebrating the fact that it actually didn't land on his foot. Well, a surprising distance, up into second place. Andy Marr up next. Started throwing cannonballs this size during the Civil War. He's that old. And that is a foul and also an embarrassment to anyone that has tried to throw the shot put. That was despicable. So the Colossus of Corio, Birkenhead, wins from Pang, Molloy, and Marr has embarrassed himself and his country.
Some of us are built for power, some of us are built for speed. Welcome back to the show. Time now for the one and only Mixed Multi.
All right.
What do you got for us, Big?
OK, it is all Com Games driven again as we boot this baby home for the last of 2 special multis.
Yes.
The Com Games related. Let's go. Let's fire up for the very first leg, and I always love the first leg because it gets us out of the blocks. Have a look at this diver from the Philippines. Here he is. He is a picture of concentration. What could go wrong, I hear you ask? Well... It's got a little away from him.
Oh, no.
I would like to wager that's the last time the Philippines let their pool cleaner compete in the actual Com Games.
I don't think the Philippines are part of the Commonwealth. No, Mick, you can't have that.
Why?
Because I don't think Philippines in the Commonwealth, are they?
Well, it's not for the Com Games, it's for the Southeastern Games.
You take John Florence to win the Margaret River Pro for $5.
I'm not happy about it, but I'll take it. Here we go, the big second leg. I like this. Have a look at this guy. He should be in the closing ceremony, but not. Here he is on a chair. Look at this for Cirque du Soleil style skills. He takes one chair.
Oh, no. What's that?
I'd like to wager that guy is banned from every IKEA store in the Southern Hemisphere.
No,
bar none.
It's a good idea, but you can't have it. I'll give you the D's to beat the Hawks by 15 plus, and I'll give you 230. What do you reckon?
Well, I don't like it, but I'll take it.
Oh, no.
There we go. I'll take anything at this stage. 2 legs to go.
You know what I'll take?
What?
This segment finishing.
What are the odds, Andy? What are the odds? Pretty low at this stage.
What do you got?
2 more legs to go. I think both these should be demonstration sports at the next Com Games. What about surfing? You're out there, you're at one with nature. Have a look at this guy. Here he is. He's hanging 5. He's hanging... Oh, he's... I'd like to wager that being bitten by a shark during competition is no longer the biggest danger to a surfer going around at the moment.
No, it's a good idea, but you can't have it. I'm going to give you Maddie Keeney to win the women's 1 metre springboard, and I'll give you $1.91. She's favourite.
They're effectively the same bet, aren't they?
Well, $1.91 is rubbish.
It's tight. It's
but
tight.
I'll take it nonetheless. Here we go. Let's boot this baby home. Have a look at this. This should be a demonstration sport. The greyhounds. I do love them. And have a look at this. Keep your eye in particular on the pink dog who leaps out of the gun here, comes around, getting a bit wide, and as often happens at the dogs, loses control coming around the corner and, well, he's out of it. So let's concentrate on the other horse, the other greyhounds, because here they come and they're rounding the last turn. I really wish the pink dog was still in it, but sadly we've seen the last of him. So that's all. No, we haven't. Here he comes and bang! He's come from nowhere and had a shot at it.
I'll give you that one.
I would like to.
What
are you going to wager? I want to wager that that dog gets a higher score than the diver in the first set. when it comes from his performance in the pool.
Probably fair enough, but you're not going to get it. I'm going to give you moment to jive at Cannington to win race 1. I'll give you 220. What do you reckon?
You are a stingy bastard.
Right. Bag it up.
Bag him up. What do we got?
Yay!
49 bucks. I will take that. Go Cocoa Bananas, people.
No.
Lose it. Load up and go mad.
No, you do it responsibly. To get on Mixed Multi, you jump on the Sportsbet app, you look for Mixed Multi in the Megabet section of the app, and you have a go. We're going to get a break out of the way. They're great. It makes me laugh. We're going to get a break out of the way. The last shout when we come back. Gold Coast edition, last shout not too far. Just remember, folks, next week it's back to regular programming, 8:30 Thursday night. The Footy Front Bar will be back next week. Yeah. We're not too long away from crossing back to the Gold Coast with Hamish McLaughlin as well. But before we do any of that, it's time for the last shout. What do you got for us, Mickey?
We're giving it to the athletes, of course, who put on the show in the first place and do such a fantastic job. Congratulations to everyone who competed in the Commonwealth Games this year. Give them a round of applause, people. Top shot.
Outstanding.
Yeah, well done.
Outstanding.
As we speak, they're going berserk in the village and they're leading up to the closing ceremony, and I hope they have a good time. Do you have any thoughts on what you'd like to see in the closing ceremony?
I like the fact it's a bit laissez-faire, the Commonwealth Games.
It is a little bit laissez-faire, but I've got it on very good authority that this year's closing ceremony going to be the biggest fireworks display ever. Oh. Not traditional fireworks, they're just going to fire a Thermomix into the sky. That's going to be looking forward to that.
It'll be a great finish.
It's a fun time.
But I tell you what, if you're thinking of great closing ceremonies, the one for me was 1986. When the athletes got a little out of hand, crashed the surface when it was still in progress. Have a look at some of the shenanigans here. This is just some good old-fashioned piss farting around. There's a cow. Look, that cow's done more than Barobi. There's a cow. That's from Jersey.
They're thrown open to the athletes, aren't they?
The athletes are allowed to. Even the Queen's losing it. It is unbelievable. And there's a coach who's been tied up by his own athletes.
Nothing more fun than that, eh? Like a ransom note and a kidnapping. It's great.
And just great scenes of athletes having a ball. The show is over, and well done.
No, absolutely. They put on a hell of a show. We're crossing back to the Gold Coast very, very shortly with Hamish McLaughlin, of course. Big day coming up as the Commonwealth Games draw to a close tomorrow. I've got to say, we've had a ball being part of it here. We've done a couple of shows on the front bar as part of the Commonwealth Games. As we sign off, however, for our Commonwealth Games specials, we share our Commonwealth Games memories and affection with Mike Brady, who back in 1982, the great songsman...
Yep. It's not an event if he doesn't write a song about it.
It's not worth saying.
So we share our affection for the Commonwealth Games with Mike Brady, who wrote this classic back in 1982.
Well, we know you come in friendship from all the corners of the world to see your country taking part, to see your flag unfurled. We know you come in peace and trust the spirit that's within. But when you get right down to it, we know you come to win. Well, we may not speak your language, but we'll still understand as we build communication with every other land. Now you represent your country So let the games begin. 'Cause when you get right down to it, you've also come to win. And you'll be there to run like lightning, and you'll live till you're set to burst. You'll leap and you'll ride, you'll use all your skills to put your country first. Yes, we know you come in friendship, but when the games begin, we know when it's all been said and done, you came out here to win. Though the world grows even smaller, there is still so much to learn about our different ways and customs and our people's lives in turn. But as we stand here together with a peace and trust within, remember why you came here. You came out here to win. So you'll aim to hit a bullseye and you'll throw your weight around. You'll soar up like an eagle and you'll toss them to the ground. You'll be there to land the big one and you'll swim till your arms give out. You'll be up there with the champions and you know what that's about. You brought to us your friendship, but that's not all you bring. So remember when you